Okay, so before we start our journey onto that Silavanta Sutta, just had one small information. I think Ashwin might be an anāgami now or going to be one soon. The amount of whatever he has explained to me seems to be like that. So today and tomorrow and after tomorrow, 3 days, we are trying to look at. He is working out based upon Majjhima Nikaya 106 Sutta. That is Aninja Sapaya Sutta. Sapaya means suitable, okay, for Aninja. He's done it almost well. In the morning, we were discussing about how to do it in a different way. So I think he can explain much better than what I can explain. Then we can continue. Yeah, you can.
I can.
Yeah, you can talk. Yeah.
Okay, so I decided which sutta I should take. Means it's basically where I was there. I think all of you know. Last May I was there with sir. So I was able to do fourth jhan and then able to go to the fifth jhan. So from there I decided to first of all you should know. Means everybody should know where you are and what exactly you have to go as a next steps. So out of that, when the sir is teaching us sutta, then we practice aninja. There is a Anguttara Nikaya aninja sutta is there to understand which realms or which position you are. So it gave me confirmation when I was there last year. So I was able to go Akasha Anchan and the Vijnananda Anchan. So I have to go to the next steps. So Akincha, and that's the next step for me. So then Aninja Sapaya Sutta was the good thing for me to go to the next stage. So almost that sutta I practiced more than, I think it's more than 2 months or more than that, maybe continuously from morning to evening. I'm trying to stay with a particular sanya. There are 6 to 7 steps are there. First, so each steps I was practicing 1 week. First steps initially at home. One week I was practicing one step only. So one step and then completely mansikar of that step continuously. And then I was ready to go to the meditation. So I went to a course when sir was in the Australia. So I went to a course with that preparation of 1.5 months or 2 months. So where I took on each day. Before going again on the first day, I see where I am landing actually in that stage. So I am very comfortably landing at fifth or Akasha Anchana Ayatan. So it was given me, okay, now I can practice that. So again, same day, every day I pick one sanya of that 7 steps and stay with that. Means one sutta helped me to stay only for, I was not listening much or learning new things. I stay with that one sutta as much as long possible until I break it. So each day, step by step, it's happening. Whatever is said by the Buddha, first way is a calm sanya, means all the 5 calm you have to give up. Then the second day you have to give up the roops. I think that sutta you will understand by yourself. You can go through it. And 7th or 8th day means from 7th day onwards, I am in the only as per the miss. I think all of you know I'm practicing the way learned from the Goenkaji traditions. So it was so that again the who practice the Goenkaji way, you cut your body, correct? You sweep your body when there is a Dara Prabha. So as soon as you start cutting, means you are going outside your body, means you are going Akasha and Chanayatan. So you stay there. If you stay there, you are in Akasha and Chanayatan long time. Stay there. Don't try to come into the roop again. Stay outside of your body. So that way you understand. I think I have explained to Madhurikaji. I think you asked me last time. So I think I have said at the same time it's that possible. So and that again then going to the 7th or 8th jhan, or then after 7th day only complete body sensation gone. Only one sensation at the nose, like a breathing. Now, when the bhang is happen, you have to go with a one sanya or one thing, ekagata or ekagachitta, means only the sensation I am able to see only here. It's only the one sensation arising and passing and the one sanya of that particular things. It's almost stays a long time. Then whole body get frozen completely. It's like I am dead. Only I am only alive at that point only. That's only sanya I can pursue myself. Rest all nothing. There is nothing. All body get almost frozen like a dead body. When you feel the dead person, you will feel it's a cold little bit. So same way it's experiencing whole body as a dead, and only sanya exists at that point. And then I do the metta at the last day. Then that goes out, and it's like everywhere the uh, water flows like a metta goes everywhere and spreading like a water drops everywhere. That's the experience out of all the perception or the five sannyas or five things. It's experienced that way. So that's the experience I had in that course, which is end of December. I experienced this. So I got a long time to talk to sir now. So that's why I came for a long time, and then we discussing the same thing, how I achieved, and then we trying to. There are 6 steps. Out of any 6 steps, you can pick one. But the fundamentally, you should know. You should able to do the fourth jhan. That's the important to take that sutta. So you should able to do fourth jhan always. Then you take that sutta. Otherwise, don't take it. Otherwise, you will not move to the next stage. So the most important thing is, again, you should know where you are and where you go. First jhan, second jhan, third jhan. Accordingly, there are sutta, and then you pick that sutta and practice only. Stay as long you break it to the third or fourth.
Yeah, some people believe that they should not be doing jhana at all.
So, means my experience, without experience that pleasure of each stage, you cannot break it, because you cannot experience. If you miss what we're talking in the morning, unless you experience particular realm or particular that stage of the happiness or the pleasantness, it's like a person, you get happy that, and then only you can break it. Otherwise, you if you not go there, means if I never go to America and I say I don't want to go, I don't want to go, it's not going to go happen, correct, from my mind. I will still coming, okay, what is America or something. So once you go there, it will break for you. Means you can leave it. Okay, once suppose you are in US or UK or somewhere, now you experience this. There's nothing for you, America or India, correct? It's just a place. So unless you reach there, you cannot live with that particular things. That's why the jhana is important. Yeah, another thing people should know is that there are 3 kind of craving. One is sensual, one is to become this, one is I don't want to become that. So this not entering into jhana comes under vibhava tanha, craving for not doing it, which itself is a craving, so that still a suffering. So as far as I've seen, this is for some people who get into a wrong notion that Buddha never taught jhana or you shouldn't get into jhana, even though it talks other way around, and there are no suttas which says no jhana is required. Only through panya you can get it. For panya, for wisdom, you require to be in jhana. And the true nature of jhana is to burn. So to burn the defilements, you need to be in jhana. And if I don't want to do it, it is like saying that I don't want noble eightfold path. I want only noble sevenfold path. And then the eighth path, I don't want it because I don't want to enter into jhana because somebody has told me that I should not be in jhana. So be careful in how you make up your mind, because one thing, it's called rooted. Okay, so that we have covered it many number of times. Don't forget it. It's not about you. Whoever is going to listen this video, and after what Ashwin has experienced, and I'm having a doubt whether he has done Sanya Vedata Nirodha. That's the only thing I have a doubt now, that
whether he penetrated it, and that's what we are going to do this morning after this session till tomorrow, and after tomorrow he's leaving back on Thursday. So Saturday and Sunday we had this Kannada course, so we both couldn't do it. So today we are going to complete it, taking that Aninja Sapai Sutta MN 106. But one thing I want to tell for all those who are hearing, those who might hear in future, you have to be rooted and you have to follow all the 10 steps indicated in the Mulaka Sutta, AN 10.58. Can't skip, can't exclude, can't say, I don't agree with this, or you've heard something from someone half, and then you think that other half is not required. As an example, Chanda, without interest, you can't get liberation. It's foolishness. Some people believe you shouldn't have Chanda, and they compare Chanda to Tanha, craving. Tanha is one thing, Chanda is another thing, but when they translate in English, sometimes they miswrite or whatever it is, saying that craving. Chanda is not craving, Chanda is an iddipada. So making oneself lost in this translation is going to cost them a lot. If, like he did, you should have interest. So he took that MN 106 for 3 months or whatever months he worked. So that is a must. Okay? So that's interest. Chanda Mulaka, that's the root. That means if you say, I want to cut the root, it's impossible. It's like somebody sitting on a chair or somebody having this body believes that is not a body. You can believe whatever you want, but you still have a body. So you still have to eat, you still have to dress, you still have to bath, you still have to go to the toilet, you still have to do everything else. One minute. So first thing is the root is interest. You need to have interest. The second thing is the one which he's talking about is manasikara. Don't forget this. Everything is possible in manasikara. That means you, when I say you, I, or whatever it is making up the mind, right? With interest, I make up my mind. That mind is manasikara. And in this manasikara only, there are two parts. One is a yoniso manasikara, that means proper reflection on what should be done and what should not be done, and improper reflection, ayoniso manasikara. Now, for those people who believe jhana entry itself is not required, and he keeps on thinking, you will come back, you'll come back. First, you eat the fruit. Without eating the fruit, you can't go anywhere. You can be imagining it forever. But another thing, for those people who keep on questioning me on that, I request them, if they don't agree with this, so be it, but don't keep on questioning me. That is it required to enter jhana. If you have a doubt, keep that doubt alive. You can't go ahead. You can't do anything because the sutta definitely says so. And everyone, including Shaniel who did it, also had to do jhana. He went through all the 8 jhanas. So there's no skipping. And Ravindra, who was doing it, also did it through jhana. And this person sitting here, who is now close to anāgami, or he is already anāgami, that is what we need to see today, is also going through jhana. So there's nothing in this world to say I will skip it. I can't do it. There's nothing like that. Okay, that's the second one. Mansikar. Phassa samudaya. Now here's the problem. Phassa, contact. I will make it non-contacting. Not possible. The senses will now contact aninja. If you need to get into aninja, unshakable of the mind. You need to. The only problem is that if you like it, if you relish it, it creates rebirth. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people believe that they don't want rebirth. It's vibhavatanha. It's one of the craziest thing anybody can have. Bhavatanha is one problem. Vibhavatanha is another problem. So I have decided not to answer after today on those people who keep on either writing to me or messaging me or talking to me on this topic of jhana required or not required. It's up to them. I'll just say it's up to you. Do whatever. Sutta says you should. If you believe that you shouldn't, well, it's your choice. Because wasting your time and others' time is of no use. Because you have to follow this step. So phassa samudaya. Vedana samosarana sabbe dhamma. Here is the problem. People think that you shouldn't have any Vedana. And they translate everything to samvedana. No. This is the highest Vedana. So you need to get into the highest Vedana. Then samadhi, adhipateya. Oh, sorry. Pamukha. Pamukha means highest. So you should be in samadhi for anything, including this. So, like he was in samadhi for the last 3 months, he went to the retreat, that is Goenkaji retreat, and he did exactly what the sutta asks him to do. And I'm very glad that he is able to get almost every step mentioned there, he has done it. The only question I was asking him is that, did you were you able to break into 5 khandhas? And that's the only thing we need to discuss and see. If he has done that properly, 100% he would be an anāgami. It's uninjured, unshakable. Okay. Then after that comes the sati, satadipateya. Now the sati is established. If I tell him, can you enter into first jhana at will, he will. Second at will, yes. Third at will, yes. Like that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right?
Yeah.
He can. And he can do it in any order. This need not be, you have to start with first. If he mentally, that is manasikara, he says that I need to be in 8, he can jump into 8. Nothing to say that I want to from first. No, you don't have to. You can be there at any time. Meaning it is not restricted to any posture. It can be at any posture, anytime, anywhere. It can be in jhana. That means you can really see what's happening. Now, jhana means to burn the kama. The kama ogha is burnt out. So I feel out of the diptis, Sakhai dipti was already gone when I met him. The Visikiccha and all that, that means the first dipti, that is dipti asava, had gone. Then the second asava is what we are talking about, kamasava. The only asava that might be there, that would be there for him now that he has attained something, is bhavasava. So that is ruparaga, aruparaga would remain for him. Then if he removes that, the udacha will go away. Along with that, the mana goes away. The avidya itself goes away. It might turn himself into an arhat very soon. If the way he's practicing, if he does that, I think other than Shaniel, I think I would have another person sitting next to me who has completed the journey. Good for him. Okay. And very glad, very happy that he's been there for the last. And one other thing, I was noticing him that he's stopped talking. So he doesn't share anything. He doesn't talk anything. He's just absorbed in it, which is good. So uh, you know, even though people were there on Saturday and Sunday, and we were talking in Kannada, and he's on his own, which is very good from the morning till evening. And yesterday, my sister had come, so we had some eating and all that, feasting. He was participating, but also I was looking that he's not participating. So he's doing both. Very glad, very happy. He didn't have any remorse feeling. Oh, why did I come? I shouldn't have come here. Oh, I'm doing this. Or I'm getting blocked in this. I came here for meditation instead of that. Blah blah, all that. Okay? So these five things. There are other things. The Vimukti Sara to everything is part of it. I didn't take that in that same Mulaka Sutta. It is there. You need to follow all the steps in that rooted. It's rooted, right? It's you can't cut the root. You have to follow what is there in nature. You can't create your own nature just because you don't like something or you like something. They are tanha, craving. I don't like something is a craving equivalent to saying I like something. So my sincere request to all of the people who are hearing on the video or here, not to reject jhana. Okay? Even Sekka Sutta says that, and also talks about in the MN6, can't reject jhana. Okay? And say that, I don't think so, I should be doing it. No, you can't skip that step. Some people think that vipassana is the only thing I can do. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And some people only think samatha is the way to go. Absolutely not. And 99.99% of the people believe that they should sit on a mat, close their eyes, do it. That's also not. So, if we have these misconceptions, it's in the manasikara. That means you have made up your mind. If you make up your mind, you go where the mind takes you. Can be a wrong way, but fine. It's your way. And that's exactly what is hinted, spoken about in in DN1, Brahmajala Sutta, that people get into this thing that whatever I'm following is right and other thing is wrong. In my opinion, or in my recommendation, not opinion, have an open mind that all tradition, everything works, but what works is what Buddha says, not my personal thing. I shouldn't have any personal thing. In my case, I don't have anything personal. I just go by what Sutta says. I don't go by what somebody says. Somebody might say whatever they want to say because it is they who are seeing it. It's their manasikar. It's not my manasikar. No, it might be true. Absolutely fair. Why should I fight? Or why should I argue? Yeah, they're saying that way. Fine. So I'm going by the sutta. In the sutta, it says do this, I'm doing that. In the sutta, it says don't do this, I'm not doing that. I'm very honest in saying what I'm doing. I'm not doing something just because I want to do it. No, I'm doing what Sutta says. I don't care what tradition says. I don't care what anybody says. I don't want. It's not I'm in Vibhava Tanha. I'm going by what Buddha says. I'm not going by what Buddhists say. I'm going by what Buddha says. And Buddha says that in the Sutta. That's Dhamma for me. I'll exactly do it. I'm happy he was able to do it using Majjhima Nikaya 106. When he told me, I was very shocked. But how could he really understand this? But when he started explaining to me, I said, wow, good. At least I know one person who's gone through one sutta, which is what I used to always say, even initially. We are going through many suttas just for information. Select the sutta which makes sense to you and be on that. Very glad that he has been on that, is able to get it. And in that sutta, especially MN 106, Ananja Sapaya Sutta, suitability, he has got Akasha and Chaitanya, but in that it does talk about Akasha and Chaitanya. He talks about Akin Chaitanya. Very glad that he could directly go to Akin Chaitanya, nothingness. And from then, Neva Sanya, Na Sanyayatana, you stay there. That means in the uh, worldly life, like what he and I were doing in the morning, we went for a walk. So you can be in Akin Chaitanya, in the park. While the park is removed as a sanya, that means that there's no sanya, neva sanya. You can't say there is no sanya, but at present there's no sanya. There's no perception of park. So I was telling him, if I remove the sanya of the park, then the polarities of good park and bad park will not arise. And if I remove the perception of walking, perception of the body, then done. So then you are in Neva Sanya, Na Sanya, Ayatana. And you can stay there as long as you wish. And if you want, read the Sanya. So I can call him as Ashwin. That's the Sanya, perception. And when Ashwin goes away, I can remove the perception. So there's no suffering. Like I was telling him, the Australia visit is a perception. I can remove the perception. I can bring back the perception. If I bring back the perception, I can meet Bobby, I can meet Janak, I can meet Viren, I can meet Shenial, I can meet Raju and his wife and Marin and so many people and Ariu and Chirag and all these guys who came there because the perception brings back the conscious experience. What if I remove the perception of Australia? There's nothing to be lost or gained. That's it. He's done it excellent. So let's congratulate him for he jhanas in a most appropriate, very correct way as per the sutta. Okay. And hopefully today or tomorrow in the 3 days when we see if he has really completed it, then there's no womb existence for him. Really happy that he has skipped the womb existence. So nice that I have somebody who's done it. So very happy that his visit to Leh, and after I think September, October, November, December, in 3 months you are able to come this far. Jan, Feb, March, very nice. So 6 months time after Leh visit, really happy that he could do it. But for those people who feel jhana is irrelevant, not important, shouldn't get into it, please go ahead and do whatever you think you want to do it. I'm not going to come in the way. But if a question is asked to me, should you enter jhanas? I would say follow what Buddha says, not what I say. I'm not here to say anything. Just follow what Buddha says. That's it. It's up to you. You want to enter, but without that, you can't proceed to the next step, which is vipassana. Not possible. And if you think it's possible, it proves two things. Either you are higher than a Buddha, maybe, who knows, or you got misdirected. Your sanya is so strong, a perception is so strong that wrong is said to be right. Or you might be higher than a Buddha, who knows, maybe. Or you're the next Buddha, maybe. If you have that kind of thoughts, please remove it. It's not good to hold wrong views. Yeah. With that, I think we'll continue on the thing. Any questions to him before we start, or we can make today's only for Ashwin, and we can take this later, but I have no problem. We'll continue on our next one, that is Silavanta, how to become Silavanta. Any questions?
I have one question.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
So, what made you select that specific sutta? Like you mentioned, I mean, it's important to know your position, but what made you actually pick only that sutta?
Yeah. So as I said, this is like I can reach to the fourth and the Akasha and Chan clearly. So Aninja Sapasa Sutta 106 MN. So that is start with Akasha and Aninja Akincha Ayatan from that. So I was very clear, means I am able to reach to particular level. So that's why I said everybody should know where you are. Your Shrotapanna or your Sagdagami, or where you reach in jhana also, first jhana, second jhana, third jhana. So there are many suttas. You will find one day your sutta, okay, this is where I am now. To go to the next step, what I have to do. So you choose that particular sutta and stay particularly with that to unless you go to a particular level. So that's why I choose that sutta, because we understand from so many suttas every day, or he give many references also from each sutta. So you get, then if you start learning everything, you will then not able to get time to apply it. So I put a fire, miss, thanks to Ravindra ji. He is not here today. But he helped me also indirectly, that yeah, he can also do, I can also fight for it. So I put a fire behind me as fire. Okay, let's put maximum effort now, let's see where we go. So I decided to go with one sutta only, and where I am, then I pick going step by step again and again. That answer. And the good thing, you practice. So miss, the I did it somehow by Goenkaji tradition only, because you know very well. So it's not like you, that is a tool only, that is not a manasikar. They not teach any manasikar. And the Buddha education is everything is manasikar. You learn that method anyway, anapan or that whatever you, I did learn that. So it's difficult to come out of that. So I have to stick to that, take that reference, and then put the manasikar, yoga, correct manasikar for the going to the next level. So means I would not say I not did that 100%. I did manasikar also, means for both the teachers are equally balanced for me. So I told sir also in Australia. So it was a good experiment. Both the teacher I had to balance, not to one side this. Otherwise, if I do that, I'm gone. I will not go to the next level. So you have to respect each way, each traditions, each person, each opinion. You cannot either it's a good person or bad person. You have to respect it. Otherwise, you will not. If you make, as soon as you make opinion, you are out of dhamma. So first is a come out of the opinion. That is a akushal actually. Akushal is exactly the opinion making, and then that start akushal actually. Still, we do akushal, means not necessary. I'm doing not doing the akushal. Sometimes in office works, it's happened.
But you can correct it. And another thing I want to add to what he says is that he called up from Kolhapur, and then he said that he went to Shibir. He was thinking that I will not like or whatever. It's fine. You can go to Shibir. I'm not saying that you shouldn't follow Goenkaji, but ensure that you follow Buddha. You don't even have to follow me. Don't follow me, because I'm not a person equivalent to Buddha, and I can never be. It's not possible, right? For us, for everyone, including Goenkaji, he himself says this. Jai Goenka shouldn't happen. He says that. Okay. So shouldn't get too much associated with a person. Follow the Dhamma. What is there in Dhamma is what gives you. What is there in a person, he will give you the technique. Whatever he has worked for, or whatever his teacher has taught him. But remember, nobody can replace Buddha in words or in actions. It's not possible. He's somebody who can never be compared with anyone. So we shouldn't do a mistake of taking a person like me and comparing it with something. No. So when he said to me that he is following Goenkaji, absolutely fine. Like Bobby has now gone for Satipatthana course. Fine. Anybody can do anything they want. They can follow Ajahn, they can follow this, they can follow that. But remember, it's ultimately Buddha who wins, not Buddhist. The Buddha. And the Buddha is in Dhamma. And the Dhamma is in Sutta. And that's it. You take whatever you want. I don't understand this, so I go somewhere. I learn from a teacher. Like he's meeting me, he's talking to me, but it is up to him how he wants to work it out. He doesn't take me. I'm taking the sutta. So he can take that sutta, take Goenkaji's technique, because he can't come out of it because it's habituated. He's so habituated. His mother is also from Goenka tradition, and she's an assistant teacher, and his uncle is also assistant teacher. So it can't happen that they just come out of it and just forget all about it. Not possible. But I'm not saying that you should come out of it. I'm saying use it. Go beyond what you know. That's all I'm trying to say. Not that it's not a good thing. Even my first teacher, if I would call, is Goenkaji. So I can't disrespect him in any way. I'm not at all disrespecting. I'm just saying just don't be with that. There's something beyond what we have done or whatever we have known. So the body sensation is one thing, fair. But that's not all. You have to come to this. Right? And so that's we need to know. So take the sutta which you think out of all that we have discussed. Pick up one and say that this one, I will do it. Burn it. Chai it. Burn it.
Just to motivate everyone, so I used to go walk or anywhere, so I keep my fingers counting when the manasikar goes out of that step. If I'm missing the step or if I goes on the kam chanda, I used to count every day how much time I am losing or going out of sensual or manasikar is breaking. So it's helped me. So you can also start doing, okay, first time 10 20 times, maybe second time. It will reduce. It takes time. It's not like it will happen. It's a long time.
Yeah, he has made it like that. I've been telling write it down. So whichever way it works. So don't get tight yourself. You find the way to catch the mind going and relishing. Okay? In fact, for those people who would like to experiment this, there is a beautiful sutta, Dutiya Gadda Baddula Sutta. Okay? It means that it's like a leash put twice, not once, twice. So there is a word called Charananama Chitta, which you should really go and work it out. Charananama Chitta is like a movie. So the mind keeps on making up something and something. So Buddha says, have you seen these birds? They're colorful. And Bhikkhu says, yes, but he says, mind is more prettier than this because this was also picked up by the mind. It was also created by the mind. So all perceptions are mentally created. Okay, so the objective of Buddha Dhamma is to use perception just for what it is, not really taking it to be true. Okay? Example. Let's say I go to a retreat. That's a perception of a retreat. Just for the sake of it, I should have that perception. if I keep that perception to be real, then the feeling starts. That's why it's called Sanya Vidita Nirodha. It's that I have to Nirodha of both Sanya, perception, and feeling. So, as an example, when I go to the, let's say, Mrityunjay is here, Veena is here, and they all like to go to the VRI. I go with them or with Mahabodhi. Shouldn't I go or should I go? If that is a question, there's no answer to it. I shouldn't answer because that creates perception. Then what I should do? Don't do anything. If they're going with them, just go. Don't enter. What do you mean don't enter? You have entered. Physically, you can enter anywhere, just like entering from this room to that room to toilet to whatever it is. You just enter, exit, exit. It's always entry and exit. Right? You enter into one room and exit, and you enter, exit, you enter, exit. But know that every entry has an equal exit. So that if I keep it, it is Udaya Vyaya Jnana. And that's it. Don't have to do anything. No perceptions, no feeling. That is anāgami. And that's it. There's nothing more to it. You exactly know what I'm saying. When you get there, you know that there is no perception of this room. And there is no feeling of this room. Because there's no room. If you want, you create a room. If you want. That is, if created, it gets destroyed. So what happens? I get up from this chair, go out. This room is dissolved. Sanya Vedayita Nirodha. But for a normal person, it is his room. It's like my room. This is my room. This is my table, my chair. This is my table. This is my laptop. This is my iPad. And this is my friend Ashwin. It's all real. But if an anāgami, I know for sure there is no me in this perception. So there's no kama raga. And there's no patika. I only wish he's getting it. And by this end of this session, he says, Vilasji, I got it. Done. If he had already got it, he knows that he has got it. So I'm just poking him to see if it clicks. And that's it. That's always anāgami. That there is no real perception and feeling. And that is a Nirodha Samapatti. It's no arising. What does that mean? Once it is broken, the room concept is gone forever. That creates kamaraga. So there's no kamaraga. So if I am in America, which I had done when I was with Ariu, because that's the country I've visited the most. So when I landed in San Francisco, there was no experience of San Francisco. When I sat in the flight in Bangalore, there was no experience of flying. There was no economy class. So I could end it like this and say, get me up when the air hostess says, in few minutes we are landing in San Francisco. So that number of hours, 16 hours flight, say 14 or 13 hours gone. There's no sanya, there's no vedana. That's it. Consciousness is suspended. There's no flight. If there's no flight, there's no sitting. If there's no sitting, that means I should be sitting on a seat. I should feel I'm sitting on the seat. There's a perception of the seat and perception of flying and perception of air hostess a perception of passengers. Just look at this. There's no perception of passengers. There's no perception of aerosters. There's no perception of chair. There's no perception of seat. There's no perception of flight. There's no perception of San Francisco. There's no perception of Bangalore. Neither here, nor there, nor anywhere. That's the end of thought. So is there any feeling? So I didn't have any tiredness when I landed in San Francisco because I never flew to San Francisco. I never went. You will get tired only if you go anywhere. And you age when you go. When you don't go anywhere, you stop aging. So the aging stops. It doesn't mean that aging will not happen. It's so slow that you will see that person almost fixed for so long years, which clearly shows if the person dies this moment, he will never be reborn in human existence. And that's what you can see, what Dhamma can do for you. Not what I can do for you. I don't have to do anything with anyone. What Dhamma can do for you is cut the existence. Okay. I think, let's see with this what happens if he thinks it over, if he can cut this place, cut everything, and the sanya is gone, the nirodha happens. Because with sanya only, world starts. Perception only creates the world. If there is no perception, and there's no world. And because there is no world, there's no feeling. Because to feel, you require perception. So perception feeds feeling, feeling feeds perception, and they go in circles. That's Patisamutpada. So what if he cuts? Not the feeling. Vedana samosarana. The previous step, phassa. Phassa pacchaya vedana. And for the phassa to happen, there should be some perception. If he removes the perception, no feeling. So nirodha happens. I wish he could do it. He's stuck in that, or not stuck, he's established in Neva Sanyana Sanyayatana. He's done it well. Just one push, just a push. Like what Ravindra was asking me in the Leh airport. And I said, just continue. I just wish him, just continue. If you've not done so far, you will get it soon. If you've already done it before leaving this place, you came as an anāgami, as a sakadagami, you are leaving as an anāgami, or you came as an anāgami and you came to know you're an anāgami. Really, that's the best news I could ever have. I think it gives me so much of gladness to see how people are progressing and how they are able to get it. Nice. So the sutta way works. If somebody thinks sutta doesn't work, they don't know what they're missing. Where everything is there in the sutta, not there in a person. Forget the person, doesn't matter. Whom you follow, doesn't matter. So Ashwin, if you follow whomever you want to follow, I have no problem.
Even Goenkaji also said, you have to practice, you have to learn suttas.
Yes.
Yes, and then no teacher teach, or even the Satipathan, what Goenka teach is not, he just go very fast, last important portion. That is also, many people complain it is not properly explained. But anyway, it's for learners who do 2 course or 3 course, really don't understand that much. So it is okay also.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes, Sergio, go ahead.
Very happy for you, Ashwin.
Thanks. I wish you could also soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it. A quick question for Vilas. So Shaniel did this cutting off all perception when he was sitting, meditating with closed eyes. How did it happen to you when you come to know of it? Whether you have open eyes or closed eyes?
No, I did it in the.
It's for me. He's asking me.
Yeah, for the anāgami moment of the nirodha. Sorry.
No, like what I said just now. I never closed my eyes. For me, all of my experiences so far, which I've in fact shared with Shaniel as well as Bobby, all of my experiences are walking, not sitting. In fact, just to meet the criteria what Bobby and Shaniel had put on me, that you are our teacher, if you can't sit, what happens? So I started learning to sit. Otherwise, in the initial period, when Bobby and Shaniel and Viren and all these people used to sit, I should not be there at all. Or I walk and then the sound irritates Bobby or somebody, and then Shaniel is not worried, but the other people are not that happy of to the sound of coming and door opening and this happening and that happening. So they didn't know what to do. Ultimately, they had to tell me, if you don't mind, can you sit and meditate? Okay. And for their comfort only, I did it. So for me, sitting is not because I've gone by chankama. See, there's nothing wrong in sitting. For me, the problem was my leg. Okay. And since the doctor said I shouldn't be troubling my leg, I looked at another way of doing it. What's the best way? Then I found Chankama Sutta, and that had samadhi. And I tried it. It worked. So why should I sit? Like Madhukar, when he was here, or these whole sessions, people used to sit, but I used to go away. You see this fun. I've called people, you come and meditate with me, and I myself is not there. So what will they meditate? I don't know. I think you know what to meditate. So that was my, what I can say, thinking or whatever it is. But then after the April session of Brisbane, then one day I had a talk with Bobby and Shaniel, and they said that, Vilasji, if you do like this, people will not be able to know that how to practice. So they are used to sitting. So it's like this. It's not mandatory that you should sit. In my case, it has never worked with sitting. It's never worked. Never worked means it's not that I can't sit. I can sit now because I've learned how to sit. But all of my experiences, including the final stage, when I let go of Shania, that very moment it ended, I still remember Indian rupees with Australian dollar that day was 54. So I got liberation in 54 rupees. Or rather, he gave $1 to say goodbye to you. Because I was holding on to Shania. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that story we've heard recently, and for anāgami, it's been a few years. I think we already know each other by the time, but I never heard the full story of like the moment where it happened. Like
the moment it happened is in the park. I told you when you were here. I don't know how much you understood what I said. There's a small park. So next time you're here in Bangalore, I'll take you to that park to show.
The first part you took me, the small round.
Small one, yes. I told you that. That's where all of my experiences, all of my, what I can say, insights, all of my awakening moments have happened in that park. And when I go there, it takes me completely a different thing. I took him yesterday in the same park, and we've been walking in the same park basically for a long time now. It's a small park, and I started earlier than what is that? Before COVID and after COVID, it was just a park I used to use because that used to be the only park which was open. So from Sotapanna to Sakadagami stage, when I knew that I'm not getting possessive, happened in that park. And from Sakadagami, that is in 2018 end or 2019 beginning, even before we met. And by 2019, when we met, I think we met in August of 2019. And before that, 2 weeks before, I knew that this thing has happened. What I just now explained about how you can remove the perception and feeling, and it just goes into a totally null and void state. So that happened in the same park. Yes.
Sorry, which time you said? 2019.
19.
So after we've met, right?
After we would have met. I don't know whether that's only thing.
I remember it's been a while, and one day you're explaining how you see a Coke bottle as just a bottle. It's just every female is like the Coke bottle. I still remember you were sharing about that, but it's a bit later after we met.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So fine. So let me correct that. So yeah, what you were saying is fine. But somewhere in 2019, let's put it that way. So then from 2019 till November 6th, 2026, it's been, but in the same park. And that day also, I finished my walking and I called up Shania in the same park. I came out of the park and called him up saying that, can we disconnect?
So for the Arhat, you removed Shenyo as the last perception, but for Anagami, do you still recall what were you removing last as a perception?
Yeah, I can say it's not a person. It's like, you name something, you feel something, let's say. Okay? But for that, you need to establish yourself in the 7th or 6th jhana, majorly on 7th. That is akinchayatana. Okay? First, you need to know that you've reached there, like what he knows exactly you're there. That's what he's keep on repeating, that you need to be there where you are, assuming that you are there. When you are in akinchayatana, something strange happens. The perception starts to fade away. And you start losing perceptions. And the feeling also starts to dwindle down, close down, because there's nothing to feel. Now, what I would say, there is these stones, what they are put in the park. So what I started seeing, that there are no stones, no park, no walking, nothing. Right? And that is akinchayatana. It expanded one is that you can't perceive anything further. You're walking, but there's no walking. There's no person to walk. In fact, there's nothing there. And earlier, in fact, that park, if whenever I take my wife, has a lot of dogs. And at that time also, there used to be dogs. I never felt any dog there. I never felt there's anything there. No trees, no this, no that, nothing. So the perception starts to fade so much that it doesn't create any feeling. And then it goes into blankness. There's nothing at all. That means you can't say you were walking, you can't say you were not walking, you can't say anything about anything at all for that moment. And that can last for a few moments, it can last for a long time. So in that case, it lasted for a few moments, but then whenever I was recalling it, it is to go to the blank. Then I tried doing, okay, let's set a time and do it. Just goes blank. So all that is park. So if I sit on anywhere, then you can blank it. Yes.
So am I hearing it right that you're saying there's an entry point from the 7th jhana also?
Yes, there is. Yeah, you can skip 8. See, the process goes like this, Ariu, since you asked me this. You should be in 4th all the time. You need to learn this art of being in upekha. Refer to the Indriya Bhavana Sutta, where he says upekha, 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 the starting portions. He says manapa, manapa, manapa. So you know that it is likable, not likable, neither likable nor not likable. So it means it's a pain on the mind to keep on going and perceiving this is liking, this is not liking, this is neutral. So it's perception, right? Is you perceiving this liking, not liking, and neutral. So when I go to the park, or anyone going to the park, what does he do first? He will like the park or he will dislike the park because he has spark in his mind, which is a moha, right? That's a moha, that's a delusion. There's no park there. It's made as a park, but you will never find a park. Just like when we went to Golden Gate Bridge, it's made up. There's nothing called Golden Gate Bridge, but you'll really experience it. There's nothing called Golden Gate Bridge. There's nothing called park. It's made up. Now, when you see this made up aspect of it, right, then what happens? It breaks. That means this illusion is broken. When the illusion is broken, what do you do with that illusion? It's an illusion. So nibbida starts. It's disillusioned. So viraga starts and nirodha starts. And this is the nirodha samapatti. When you reach that, this is gone. So you need to be on fourth, upekha. You can skip 5, like in the Aninja Sapaya Sutta. You don't have to get into infinite space, because when you are in fourth, automatically it takes you to 5. It can't stay much in 4. It automatically goes to 5. You can skip 5 in the mind. You remove the perception of 5, it goes to 6. You remove the perception of 6, it lands in 7, which is akinchayatana. So you see that 6 senses have got nothing inside. Right? You don't feel there's anything inside, either as a perceivable thing or as a feeling thing. That means there's nothing inside the eye with sight, and because that becomes spacious, you just see the conscious experience, but then you don't see anything inside that consciousness to hold on to any object. So that gives you a subject-object collapse. It's not there, right? So that's it's called akincha ayatana. There's nothing inside that. And when you do that, meaning when you are there in that, you would know you are there in that. If I ask him, he knows he's there in that. And then you can still continue your walking or sitting or standing or whatever. Or like in his case, he's going a fan, so he's doing whatever he's doing with body sensation or whatever, bhanga. After the bhanga is actually fourth jhana in a different way. And then when you come into the sixth sense closure, that's when he is in akincha ayatana. The 6 senses will now close. That gives cheto vimukti. One step beyond that, what he has tried now is neva sanya na sanya ayatana. Now, if he removes the sanya itself, that means if he learns how to remove the sanya, the feeling, vedana ends. So Shaniel, what he had done is that he's been listening to my videos on jhanas. So he started working it out. He used the same Goenkaji's method with TMI to make this completed. So he added all the 3, Goenka, TMI, and my sutta explanation. So it worked very well for him, because he's been working out on Goenkaji technique for long. So he can't drop it just like Ashwin. And he has worked out extensively on TMI, so he knows it like this. So he's more advantageous person. And my way of explaining him how he can break it, and the last few sessions, which I did only for Shaniel, even though all of you were attending, I even told one day that is more for Shaniel than anybody else, because I wanted him to end the journey, because I knew that he is on the verge of breaking it. So that happened. It's very good. So you can take anything you want, You don't have to force yourself to sit. If sitting doesn't work, walk. If walking doesn't work, stand. If standing doesn't work, lie down, but don't close eyes when you lie down. There's nothing to hold you that you have to be sitting in a... It's parimukham upattapetva. That means bring your attention to the front, not about something under the nostril or over the nostril or something like that. ensure that you are able to see the five senses: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and the body. This is what a face is. So you first bring everything together here. Everything is here. All the sensations are here to begin with. Start with that. And starts breaking. That's Bhanga Jnana. And for that, you don't have to be sitting. You can do the same thing while walking or whatever. So for me, walking worked. For him, sitting worked. For Shaniel, sitting works. For Bobby, maybe sitting works. Or for Sajal, he sits for 8 hours. Good. He should do that. Let him you do for 20 hours. Who cares? So it's good. He's got it. But he need to know what to contemplate, meaning what to do when you're sitting. And that is what, when this Silavanta Sutta helps, or this Ananja Sapaya Sutta, for which you should know Ananja Sutta. That is in Anguttara Nikaya 3.116. We had done this earlier, and that's what he took that initially, and then he took that into MN 106, Sapaya, suitability. So, in some suttas, Buddha talks about the first one, that is Sataka, okay, which we have already covered. This is Sapaya. This is also Sampajanya, Sapaya. Okay. So Sataka Sampajanya, Sapaya Sampajanya, Indriya Gochara, all suttas related to Indriya Samvara, including MN 152 is for Gochara. And the fourth one, Asammoha, the Pariyosana, that is why you should put effort, or Pasarisa Sutta. To many other suttas is for the fourth one, Asammoha, including Dveda Vitakka Sutta. So somebody wants to really see how should I practice, they can go to Dveda Vitakka Sutta, because you get two kinds of tarka. I should do this or I should do that. To do this if you are in Ayoniso Manasikara. Do this if you are in Yoniso Manasikara. So who should win? Ayoniso or Yoniso? You decide. It's Yoniso. So the Manasikara should always be on Yoniso rather than Ayoniso. Because Manasikara, Sambhava Sabbe Dhamma. That's why the starting point is rooted. AN 10.58. That's the starting point. And with that, you work it out on all of that. And to see the steps, how you're following, MN 53, Sekha Sutta. Right? So if somebody asks me, Vilas, give me your roadmap. How did you do it? And this is how I would explain. This is what I've done. So you just exactly follow, it works. If it can work for him, if it can work for Ravindra, if it can work for Shania, it should also work for you. You're no different than anyone. I wish everyone gets there. Everyone. Cut out of this samsara. And Aryu, I think you should get the most, because you've been with me for last 7 years now. So we should sit back and celebrate. When I come to, what is that? SFO, I think I should see you as an anāgami. I wish you be there. Because you're my first friend, to be honest. Other than Lasanta, Lasanta was hooked onto the one tradition, but other than that, at least you and me have been talking from good old days. So this year, the 7th year.
That I found that sometimes the hard cases takes more time.
No, actually it's not. In fact, you did very well in Brisbane. So there's been huge improvement between what I met you earlier to Brisbane and now. So you're coming close. You're not coming close. So I only wish that when we meet in October, you're there. And your sacrifice of leaving wife for Dhamma works. Okay. Yes, sir. Dr. G, kaho.
Namaskar, sir.
Namo Buddha.
And sadhu to Ashwinji. And sir, last time when we came to do a retreat, one word of yours had very struck me, and that was like you be with the awareness of the anapanasati, breathing, etc. So that is what the flow divides. Like if you're not with the breath, you are in the samsara. If you're with the breath, you are going towards the nibbana. So that was the one word which struck me, and thank you very much for your suggestions and advice. You make me lose shunyagara. You make me lose vihara. You you make me lose so many things. So thanks for that. So since last 1 month, sir, that of course I need an input from Ashwini also for you also. I have been traveling in two destinations. One is the awareness and be with the breath and just have a tangential or just notably attention to what outside I'm doing because that's sometimes right. So sometimes I have to shift primary to the attention and just uh, awareness of breathing comes and doesn't come. But when I'm with breath, the parallel or tangential this so I'm shifting between these two so I need advice how I should go further and another one what today Ashwinji had stuck the one word which I'm struggling to understand since last 1 month in my practice and that is the word is opinion. So I have seen the transition of three types of opinion. When I say I just give an example. Initially, my wife Rina used to give me shirt while coming to the office. She will give me the shirt to wear to come to the OPD. So that time I used to have opinion, a real opinion. Okay, now I want blue shirt, black shirt, etc., etc. Then this opinion had got filtered out to the functional opinion. So, no, just for her sake of satisfaction, I used to say, "Okay, give me this, give me that." From inside, I never wanted to have particular dress or shirt or etc. But nowadays, I have found out a third level of opinion. Whatever she gives, it is I don't have opinion at all. So I don't. Okay, she gives. Okay, for her satisfaction, sometimes I have to say, "Okay, Kenana, you have chosen a good one," etc. So I see this. Mm, Day-to-day activities, I feel is a more my dhamma practice rather than sitting, and I'm slowly going away from the sitting meditation. I feel more awake and alert to be aware of my all activities at mind level, body level when I'm walking around, moving around, sitting around, rather than sitting and closing the eyes. So that is the another understanding of you open my eyes. Not only doing meditation, the eyes gets closed, but really literally opening of my eyes. That open eye understanding awareness is better than sitting and closing and doing meditation. So I need how I should see myself and progress further, especially when I really understanding that these three versions of opinion. And nowadays, maximum part of my thing is on the last part of opinion. Whatever comes in the dish, I eat it. But well, that etc. I don't. I mean, if sometimes functional opinion I should give because Rina asked me whether the salt is okay, whether the spice is okay, do you need so that's all. But मतलब there is only one कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता ऐसा ये ऐसा करो वैसा कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता क्योंकि फर्क पड़ने लायक कुछ है नहीं और पढ़ने वाला भी नहीं फर्क फर्क पढ़ाने वाला भी कोई है नहीं ठीक है अभी मिसेस के मतलब उसको दुख ना लगे कि मैं 2 बार पूछती हूँ आप कुछ बोलते नहीं कुछ तो उसके लिए ठीक है बट it's like there is nothing to give or reflect upon to somebody's opinion coming from within. So please advise.
You want to? Okay, see, the thing is like this. What is an opinion? Opinion means saying what you feel or think about it. So let's say taste. My tongue taste might be different with Ashwin. So let's say I'm eating salty, I might be sensitive to salt than to sweet. or other way around, I'm sensitive to sweet than to salt, meaning when I put it, sweet is more understandable, sanya perception than salt. So if my wife who prepares the food asks me and asks him, they should give what they say, what they are experiencing without adding anything. Meaning, if she asks me, how is the food? Is the salt okay? So I can say, it's okay for me. It's actually true. It's okay for me. But is it okay for everyone? I can't answer that because that's not, I can't answer for his tongue or her tongue. I can't. So I can only say, best saying that, yeah, sufficient. How sufficient is a subjective thing because she might feel no salt or I might feel more salt. Let's say I have a problem, then health problem, then I might feel more salt or I might not feel any salt. So that's dependent on the health of the person and the tongue rather than really taste. So what I understand now is a taste is a created phenomena. It's not really as tasty, right? And so I can give my opinion. There's nothing wrong in giving opinion. So if she says don't wear black shirt, there's no black and white, right? So there's nothing like that. There's only shirt. The color is black or white or blue or red or whatever color. Doesn't matter. It's sila which matters rather than whether wearing a black color or a white color is going to matter. But since we don't have sila, we think by wearing black color shirt, you might end up in some danger, some accident or something, or some accused. You get accused or abused or whatever it is, and they say you shouldn't be wearing black dress. But what has dress got to do with you? It is your sila which is causing problem rather than the dress. So having known that, can I teach my wife, let's say she's a normal person, and then can I teach her it's a sila which matters, not the shirt and all that, and she might feel even more depressive. So I will not put on my opinion to her in this case because she can't take it. So I will say, oh, you mean to say I shouldn't be wearing black dress? Okay, I'll not wear. Done. Another, I'm just adding some more. Let's say somebody has to put genevu just to show that he's wearing a thread. There's no point. Why? Because sila which matters more than anything else. But as a tradition, you need to put on genevu or you need to put on some particular dress code or you're supposed to wear a black for like if I'm a 100% Christian, then I need to wear a black coat and a black shirt with a white tie, with some whatever that thing is to go to the funeral. What has funeral got to do with black? No, you just follow the norm. They say you need to do this, just do that. They say that you go to temple, you just go to temple, but don't enter the temple. In the mind, don't enter the temple. It's a sanya. It's a bad perception. Just go with the flow. They're all going to temple. You also go to the temple. Yesterday, my nephew, niece, sister, everybody were there. He was also there, and there are 10 people in that hall. It's a meditation hall, basically. So I can't say, excuse me, guys, this is a meditation hall. You can't make noise here. And my sister will not understand anything. My niece will not understand anything. My nephew will not understand anything. Their wives or husband don't understand anything. Even my own brother will not understand anything. My sister-in-law will not understand anything. Except for my wife who and my son who understands, nobody else can understand. And there are small children. So he was asking me, do you want to show some videos to them? So we put on some songs. Now the question comes, should you put on songs when it is meant for Dhamma? That's a perception. It's fine. Don't enter. You don't enter. It's just happening. Don't enter. just leave it. And I was seeing that there was no reaction at all from Ashwin. I was feeling very happy. He passed the test yesterday. It was an unwelcomed test. You're just sitting silently and watching as things unravel. In the morning, he didn't comment to me saying that your sister, your niece and nephew, they are not on Dhamma, they blah blah, all of that. We never went into that. He is still now, he has not asked me why they are like that, why you can't influence them, blah blah. Not required. That's exactly what I would answer. Yesterday was a real test for him, or day before yesterday. He came at a time when we are going to have I think you came on Friday? Friday, yeah, you came on Friday. Friday, we had a little bit of talk. Saturday, Sunday, completely washed out with these Kannada people coming and going into this Dhamma topic. So I couldn't spend time with him, basically. But he waited before he expressed everything. And Saturday, I think you told me on Saturday, right? Or not on Friday? About this MN 106? Saturday. So he waited. He didn't tell me anything. That his reason for visit, he didn't tell me. Okay, and then 106 is what he is doing. He had never told me that. This real good thing. He only called me when I was in Brisbane that his whole body has become like ice. So I asked Shaniel also. In my thing, it has never happened because I never followed Goenka's technique. So I didn't have, except for palm and feet, which became cold. Nothing else had become cold. So in his case, it had become cold, like a dead body. So he was asking me what I should do. So I didn't know what to do, basically, because I only know the parasympathetic nervous system has taken over and the sympathetic nervous system has gone blank. So in that case, the body, the brain behaves as though there is no thing required. So it shuts off. And when it shuts off, the conscious experience is removed. So then in the hand, if you press, there won't be any experience except for feeling cold. Right? That's exactly.
Yes, even if I touch my stone, my hand get completely bent like this. It's not coming to the normal.
Yeah.
It's like a dead.
Yeah, it's like a dead thing because the withdrawal of consciousness happen. Actually, what happens here is that it contracts, and get into the Hadaivattu, the seat of the mind, and then it splits. And when it splits, you can see a light. I think he's also seen the light. Yeah. So you see a light, just like a oil lamp, exactly similar to. There's no oil or anything there. There's no wick also. There's one light, and that is you. Whatever you say is you. Whether you call it as Atma or no Atma or this or that or whatever, that flickers. And that is the one which is exactly the same in everyone. Exactly the same height, same frequency, same everything. It can perceive, it can do wonders. And that's the reason Buddha says, Prabhasaram idam chittam. You literally see it effulgent, meaning like light. It's really a light. So it breaks. So I had that experience. I didn't have this experience. But I didn't know what to tell him from Brisbane. So I asked Shaniel, did you get cold? He said, yes, I got cold. Oh, okay. Then I told him, yeah, you get cold.
I was not satisfied with your answer that time. So I kept quiet and I said, let's experience.
I didn't know. So anyway, Shaniel is a master in Goenka technique. So I thought, let me ask him. Because I have only felt little bit, but what he's saying, I'm not able to understand. He's asking me, what should I do? I don't know what should be done, honestly. So he said, no, this happens. Then I told him it happens. But then what is to be done? I don't know. Even now, I don't know. Okay, because even today, I've not felt it. I have not had that experience. It will be false to say I had this experience. Okay, anyway. So that's all what it is. So, Madhukarji, you just have to play the game by the game, be the person by the person wherever you are, and just keep on doing whatever world wants you to do, not entering into the world. So if your wife says, don't wear this today, today is Tuesday, don't wear it. If she says, oh, today is Saturday, Shani is going to come behind you, just accept it and then say, okay, may Shani be happy. I will accept to whatever you say. All right, good. Any other thoughts?
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Any questions for him before he becomes an anāgami or is already an anāgami? I have no idea. So before. Yes.
हेलो सर,
Yes, tell me.
अश्विन सर से पूछना था। पहले बहुत बहुत साधुवाद सर। सर ये पूछना था कि डायरेक्ट अनागामी हुए या पहले सोतापन्न भी हुए थे?
Good question. मैडम जी, मैं बिफोर ही रिप्लाइज मैं ही आपको उत्तर दे देता हूँ। पहले कक्षा में बैठना चाहिए या 10वीं कक्षा में बैठ सकते हैं, बताओ।
नहीं, पहली कक्षा में बैठना चाहिए। नहीं सर, मतलब जानकारी नहीं थी इस बात में ना, उनके बारे में, इसलिए
ना
पूछा।
उनके बारे में नहीं, किसी के बारे में भी पहली कक्षा में बैठनी चाहिए, वो खत्म नहीं होती। दूसरा कक्षा जाना चाहिए, वो भी नहीं खत्म होती है। तीसरा से चौथा, फिर 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, फिर कह सकते हैं कि आप हाई स्कूल पास कर दिए।
हाँ सर।
ठीक है ना। सो अभी इन्होंने हाई स्कूल पास कर दिया है, तो उसे पहली कक्षा
हाँ।
से ही शुरू किया है।
हाँ, बहुत खुशी हुई सर जानकर।
ठीक है। Okay, for those people who didn't understand what I said in Hindi, is that she's asking where you are sotapanna before you reach there. I'm telling her that without going to the first grade of school and second grade of school till the 10th grade or whatever grade you're supposed to be, you can't be called as a graduate. So you better go ahead with each one of these steps and complete it, and then you know it. Yes, Harry, go ahead.
Yeah, just a quick question about this opinion. So in the Kalaha Vivada Sutta, I think Buddha say this perception is why you fight.
Yes.
Perception itself is not necessarily opinion, but once you hold it, it becomes your opinion.
Yes, so the sanya perception becomes yours when you hold on to it tight. Like I hold on to the Goenka technique so tight that it makes me obstruse, or rather opaque, to everything else, and I start to feel that this is the only thing which will work, and that becomes an opinion. And when it becomes an opinion, kalaha vivada starts. That means you fight and quarrel because you want to prove you're right and that person wants to prove he's right. So he says piya pahuta kalaha vivada, piha pahuta, priya, liking, whatever you like, you hold on to it. Kalaha vivada. Parideva soka sahamatsaracha. That means parideva, you lament. Soka, you've been sorrow. Sahamatsaracha, that means mascharya. Stinginess starts from there. You become stingy because your opinion is that only these people should get it, nobody else. So you try to cut off yourself from the rest, saying that, you know what, we are all Buddhists, so everyone go to hell except us, except me and mine, right? So then it's my group, it's my family, it's my people. So now I can say whoever is attending here, they are mine, they're all following me, they are my followers, which is exactly what Buddha says you're doing a wrong thing. And that is when the mascharya happens. I become stingy. I don't want to give Dhamma because either I'll charge for Dhamma or I will say that's not for you. You're not meant to get it. Only if you are in my cult, I will give it to you. Otherwise, you're not. So it becomes cultish. And once it gets cultish, it's dead. It's gone. It's already polluted. Because then it becomes what I do. It's my thing. It's my Dhamma. It's my way of seeing. It's my opinion. That's when the opinion comes.
And then you do this Pesuna,
Visunavacha, yes, all will start. Once this happens, everything is continuous. It's a downfall totally because of sanya. Na sanya sanni, na visanya sanni, nopa sanni. That's exactly phrase is meant to drop. It's not that you don't have perception. Have perception, but don't have opinion over the perception by holding on to that perception to be true. It's your perception. Just like she asked me, is it salty? I can say I can opine that to what I can feel as salty because there's a feeling. Perception brings in feeling. So I feel salty because I perceive salty. And if she asks me how much salt is salt, I really don't have any answer. It's like asking how much sweet is sweet. I don't have an answer. So there's no measurement to say that this much salt and this much sweet and this much sour or this much of that is what it is. Like between me and her, she can't eat sour things. Sour things is something she hates. Hates means she can't eat it really. Whereas for me, curds or anything which is sour, including lime and all that, I can relish it. I don't feel anything if I eat literally sour curds. I don't feel. So if she asks me, how can you eat it? I don't know. I have tolerance to sour, so I don't feel it. What I can do. So it's my opinion. In my opinion, without holding on to it, I can say I can eat sour things. And that's a language as opinion, but I shouldn't have any opinion. I have no opinions.
Yeah, I was thinking because it creates division and you start killing others in your mind because
yes, exactly. Because now I want them to be eliminated. Because that's my opinion is coming from sanya, perception, which I hold it dearly. Any other before we close? I think it's time 10:03, but still, yeah. It's a day out for Ashwin. Any comments, anyone? Otherwise, we can close. And tomorrow we can start C11th. Yes.
Yeah, I can see. I think Ashwin is out of the world. Okay, he's not in it.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah, it's a good message. If you can do only one sutta, it's very interesting. You will get chanda of that. And once you like it, that sutta, you will never want to come out of that.
It's a very nice one. Actually, we are going to do that right now after this call.
Find one sutta. It will always work.
See, before you go to any sutta, I request everyone, believers and non-believers, to go through rooted. Be rooted. Okay? Be rooted. This I had done it in Yavatman. Rooted. Before we started our jhana, I told them how this should work. So just go through the rooted. Once look at it. Anguttara Nikaya 10.58. Don't question yourself. Don't trouble yourself. Just go through it. Follow what Buddha says. Not follow what you think you should do. Not follow what I say. Follow what Buddha says. Nobody can be on top or side equal to Buddha. If he says, he says. Just do it. You will get exactly what you should get. Yes, Bobby.
Congratulations to Ashwin. See, I just have a question to Ashwin that like when you have attained this enlightenment stage of Sotapanna and Sakadagami, and did you like experience the others? Because Vilas always experience like says two ways of attaining that. One is without experiencing any sense organs, and the one is still you can see it. No, I think Goenkaji also says that all the sense organs will get cut off all the time. You can't see anything. So can you please explain or remember that and tell how your experiences Sotapanna and Sakadagami states when you experience Nibbanic state?
I expected this from Bobby. Good, Bobby. I was wondering why Bobby is not asking this question to a Vipassi of Goenkaji technique. It's good.
So, Bobby, thanks. I was also expecting somebody will ask this question, but thanks. Okay. So I experienced same as taught by the Goenkaji. The first Shibir, I think I told all of you long time back. In the first Shibir, I got complete bhanga, and it's as soon as I get bhanga, the whole body split, and then the complete lighten up completely out of all the consciousness goes, and everything get light up, and then I can see the particles wherever it takes me long time to figure out what is that mean, but I experienced that out of even Vilasji also explained many times. I experienced this first time in my first Shibir. And then the second time I did Shilvanta Sutta only. That time also I was not coming in contact with sir. So I was did this Aniccato Dukkhato. That's only I did 20 days. That course was my first course. So I did only that, nothing else. That, and then one day, one night, it was not. I'm not able to sleep, so I was doing meditation on the bed. So whole my body, half a body become a red, and the other body become a yellow. So even that figure out that experience me that my raga, and that's if you see the colors of flag. Buddhas may say any our flags, no? The red and the yellow, what is means. So that then I understood the Dvesh is a red and Rag is yellow. So then my whole body completely half red and half yellow. That was an experience I had. And this is the third time I experienced something out of consciousness, that the last, like it's a small particle gets split, and then the complete water, everything is lighten up, and then water is
no, his question is not that. His question is like this: did you experience six sense doors closing? Because in Goenka technique, after Bhanga Jnana, what happens is that what happened to me in that 10-day retreat is that I applied what Buddha says, but if I had not applied that, and if I had gone beyond what I've done, what happens here is that since there are no inputs coming from any senses, your mind also shuts down. So it's just like blank.
No, it's like a Nirot Samapatti type experience. That is exactly the Nirot Samapatti, and everything get blank.
Yes.
Zero.
Yeah.
That is only what I understood till now. It will happen. You will get means I only experience the sense out of my means all these six senses experience, not the Nirot Samapatti happened at the first time and the second time.
No, that's his particular question is for him, is that in Goenkaji technique, you will always end up getting this, because Goenkaji says that when you have this first time, you become a Sotapanna, and the second time.
But that's the Nirot Samapatti completely, exactly. If you
no, it's correct. What you're saying is right. See, now I'm sitting and I'm watching the body, scanning it, cutting across, and then you get into the particles. After particles, what happens is that there's no thing happening there.
Yeah.
So the senses shut down. So his particular question is that, did your senses get shut down?
I didn't experience that completely shut down of senses. It's just a particle comes and then it's going infinite space, and I can see each particles separately. And then it was nobody taught me. I was not knowing anything on the Buddha Dharma that time, so it's a fear. It come out.
I got it. So even here, when you were doing it, you were getting the bhanga.
Yeah.
So his question is on what Goenkaji says, that if this six sense doors closes for first time, it is Sotapanna, and otherwise it's not a Sotapanna as per that tradition. So he's asking you, did you get it? Because then you know you're a Sotapanna. Because when he questioned that to Sheniel, he said, yes, that's exactly what I know. So then he's asking you in the same way, since you follow Goenkaji.
Yeah. So Nirod Samapatti, I can say it's not happened completely.
Okay. Yeah, Bobby, was that your question?
Thank you. Yeah. No, that was my question. I think exactly. Vilashi said to him, it was my question. So what I understand in two ways this happens. But
Yes.
Goenkaji always says, when you open your eyes, you can't see anything, you can't hear any sound. Then you know that you are in Bhanga. So Bhanga he doesn't consider as a Nibbanic experience. That's what I understood. But when we read the suttas, we understand that but as per Vilasi's explanation, also it is said in a different way. So I was just trying to clarify that.
Yep.
And I want to ask one question also to Ashwin in private. So when you do this reflections of these things in Goenkaji's retreat, do you feel any kind of because there are a lot of Goenka meditators that it will be useful, like you are not feeling any conflict of their structure and all, right? So how you manage that application form and all when you write it?
No, he's asking you whether there is any conflict. Now you are doing this sutta way and that is Goenka way, and then when you go to the retreat, is there any conflict?
No, that's the if I put that in the conflict, I'm not able to do. So first of all, I'm exactly no, I'm watching the body sensation, and then after he always tell in the your second course of the old student, he always tell do as per your best way. It's not he not restrict everybody to do only the anapan or the body sensations. And also he given sometimes one sentence after bhanga, the path is common for everybody. So the many teacher didn't tell us or educate us to after bhanga what to do. You just always you cannot go for the again watching the body sensations, means you are forced to come to first jhana or second first jhana. So if you are in the upekha or bhanga, why you want to come to again to first jhana forcefully? Mansikar, you do the Mansikar and you can easily go to the sixth. And as soon as you get Bhang, you get to go to sixth or fifth, Akasha Anchal. So I didn't feel any time.
Thank you, Ashwin. Even if
my mind
even I practice same way. I'm just asking for actually.
No. He's asking for those
there is in the
who are held up.
Yeah. So I said to even Vilasji when he was there in the Australia, I balance out both my teacher, as also I said today also. So only anicca karke is not going to work. That I clearly understood, because if I try, because I tried that many times earlier and it's nothing is working. So then I clearly, even the second time I had an experience like all the senses not stop, but something different happened, which changed something to me. There also I did a suttas reference only. So third time also I tried with the suttas reference only. And then my mind always clearly said in my mind that Goenkaji always given a permission to learn sutta. It is important. And also second time he also clearly said you are allowed to do as you can do for the old student. Anyway, you have to watch as soon as you watch your breath, whole body gets ups and downs. It's a dhara pravaha only. You are doing the same thing. You are not doing something different than the what Goenkaji is saying, or so it's not make my confusion or doubt. I am following something different.
No, and thank you very much, Ashwin. I also do the same way, and I totally agree with you. But there is a question there, right? In the evening application, that are you practicing any other technique or any other tradition, all those things. So I think yesterday also I had a talk with Asad. He called me that for this confusion. So I just thought I just wanted to ask you this in private, but then most of the people are going to meditate.
in the 60 days course, I don't know, I didn't do the 60-day course, but my mother do. And in that, he told to the student at the last day of closing the session, I will give you one mantra. Now he asked us to do, that is a Akushala's mantra, no? That Akushal, no, not Akushal. One mantra I will let you know which one, not able to recall. And then he said, you always do this mansikar of this and then practice. So my mother come and he shocked me first of all. Why the Goenkaji is telling and I'm hearing first time, though it was a second 60 days for her. So the many people or even me also, maybe we not listen 100% to our teacher. Even I'm 100% sure we are not listening to what Vilasji teaching us. We only listen 50% or 20% of that, and that's why we ask them question. Trouble in.
Yeah. That's very true, Ashwin. Even I don't get any conflict, because going as you said in many ways, you can study sutta, you can, do other things, So, but he was emphasizing on physical bodily sensations. So that gives some kind of, confusion among the people. So I don't talk with others, but since we are in this group and, talking about suttas all the time, I thought it will be a valid question to ask you.
No, you were.
Thank you very much.
My mind gets stable if we do vibrations check. Means now no need to do part by part. Now you just watch the breath. Now we practice so much. We just breath in, breath out. You get bang na immediately because you can. That's the now why you want to go again the same to class 1.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, no, I agree with that. So you take your own decisions and go further. I think Goenkaji says that, So, but there is some kind of. It will be beneficial to understand that, So, thank you.
Yes, Sergio, go ahead.
Yeah. So Ashwin, you were saying you were practicing this Silavanta Sutta, and then during a 20-day course, that's what you said, and that's before you got in contact with Vilas. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yes. That's
Okay.
where I did in my 20 days course only one sutta. Because and the good thing is that sutta you don't need to, because it's good for the Shrotapanna also, which who don't know anything about a 5 khanda. So that time also I was not knowing that much of khands properly, but still it works.
Nice. So that means you already found your own way into the sutta before even coming
so
to
that's why I started searching something, understanding. I'm not able to understand Pali, so one day the video pops. I don't know how, but it's pop up and then it started.
Nice. So you're also entrepreneurship in this path. Okay.
Yeah, it's automatically come, but that's I learned that as that stage, it automatically something will happen for you to move to the next stage, unless you have a chand.
True. Thank you.
Okay, to end is that tomorrow we are starting Silavanta Sutta. Whatever he did before meeting me, that's a good sutta for everyone. Before you enter into jhanas, knowing what is jhana, you require to have Silavanta. Don't forget it. Okay. So it says in Sanyukta Nikaya 22.122. Take that sutta, and that you don't have to read today. But one thing I recommend you to do today is go through Mulaka Sutta. Okay. Don't forget. And don't get out of route. If you are out of route, it will not work. Okay. So let me, for benefit of everyone, let me share that sutta in terms of what you should see. This we did for the Kannada class yesterday, just to make sure that they are rooted. Okay, so this I done last week also, but now I did it again to them so that they don't get lost. And where I need to be really be working out as a normal person is this one. Is that if you want to get Nibbana Pariyosana Sabbe Dhamma. That's the ultimate thing what you're going to achieve. You need to have Chanda, Manasikara, Phassa, Vedana, Samadhi, Sati, Panyuttara, Vimuktasara, Amato Gadha. Then Nibbana is going to happen. If you miss any one of the steps for whatever reason, then that middle one called Manasikara will get distorted, so you don't get what you should be getting. So to get that, you need to be a Sekha. So that's a Sekha Sutta, MN 53, with which we started. The roadmap is in MN 6. Okay? That's when we have taken it up. Even when I was in Brisbane, that was the Sutta. When I went into Yavatmal retreat, that was the same Sutta. So that Sutta is going to be there. And MN 120, okay, that is how you would land in a particular place as per your wish. So you have to wish and you will land. You wish, you land. You wish, you land. Right? You need to practice that. That the mind should keep on landing in that realms or in that loka. If you are not in that loka, it will become randomized. So you are not supposed to get randomization. You have to create proper condition for the mind to get established in that realm, and then it gives up the previous realm, which is the Kamaloka. So once the Kamaloka it lets go, then it comes into Rupaloka. Once it lets go of Rupaloka, it gets into Arupaloka. So when you get Arupaloka, you can leave Rupaloka. And when it knows that it is the end of it and that's it, there is no pariyosana, there is no effort to be put, then it can see dukkha in the Arupaloka, it can see the dukkha in the Rupaloka, it can see the dukkha in the Kamaloka. Now it doesn't want to establish anywhere, and that's Nibbana. So this effort, what we are putting is for Nibbana Pariyosana. Yep, that's Nibbana is extinguishment. So you get the lamp, what he saw, or what I saw, or what anybody sees in future, when they come to this stage, there's a light inside, and that light will get extinguished. If that light get extinguished at death, there is no further becoming. There is no bhava. There's nothing to become. It has ended. So the complete ending of an individual who is into the samsara. So I request everyone to get into this AN 10.58, and we will travel together on all the other things. Yes, Bobby, you have a question?
Hold on.
Sorry, no, Vilas.
Okay, because your hand was no, your
from the previous.
no, your hand was there.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Any other? Otherwise, we'll end for today. So the what I can say, assignment, if any, is going through this Anguttara Nikaya 10.58, keep that as your reference, that you need to finish all of that in steps. So Chanda, Manasikara, like that, each one. And then you get Vimukti. You just can't get Vimukti just by wishing Vimukti. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. And to get Vimukti, you need to enter all the jhanas, give up all the jhanas, then you are Vimukta. So before, like he rightly said in the beginning, before knowing what is Sukha, you can't make yourself leave the Sukha because you are behind Sukha. So you need to know the different Sukha, different grades of Sukha, and just take it. That's it then. End of suffering. See you tomorrow. Good day and
Yeah.
good evening
you.
and good afternoon. Bye-bye.